So, as we're heading into Battlefield 5's 4th year of its quote-unquote life cycle, I thought I wanted to make a quick video on how active the game actually is with its weapons, the general overall player base, the amount of servers, and how good the game actually is. This has come from a following image that I posted on my community post of how, like, boring and depressing the game is to play, and it gave me a little inspiration to make this video, just as I do get quite a lot of comments if this game is worth it, and I do believe it may still be on sale, though knowing me, I'm probably wrong. So without holding you further, let's get right into it and go over some of these maps, weapons, and servers. One of the first things to go over, and one thing that you'll mainly notice in this game, is the weapons. Now, the meta, I guess you could call it, or the guns that you'll see the most used, generally revolve around 1 to 2 guns, and maybe a third one as well. Those being the ZK383, the Sturmgewehr 1.5, and sometimes the Bren gun, the FG42, or something along the lines of a shotgun or a Type 2A. This is most likely because a lot of the weapons in this game aren't that good and aren't really greatly balanced compared to something like the weapons I mentioned previously. While this isn't a problem if you first start playing the game, after a while it does get boring rotating the same 3 to 4 guns, as it is relatively hard to do good with bad weapons if everyone else is using guns that just outgun you no matter what. So this is kind of one issue, but this is only an issue you run into after, I'd say, maybe 100, 200 hours of the game. So if you're just starting out, you probably won't notice it and you'll probably enjoy using all the weapons. But after a while you will start to notice the, I guess, lack of variety that a lot of people use. May get on your nerves, me, not so much, but some people it does quite a lot as well. If you want any recommendations on what the best weapons are, I do have the video which will be pinned at the top right now. And I recommend go checking that out if you want any advice on what weapons to use for each class. Now, as you may notice in some of the clips, the maps that I generally play are the same. I tend to rotate from Almage to VL to Marita to Operation Underground and maybe the odd Rotterdam and Devastation game. Now, while there are a lot more maps, as you can see on the top left of the screen, a lot of them are limited to certain modes, like Lofton Island is like a Domination and TDM and Skog Conquest only maps, which finding servers for those particular modes are generally hard. And some of them, like Panzerstorm, Wake Island, and like Al Sudan, generally aren't the most entertaining maps. They suit some people if you enjoy maybe like some tank or plane gameplay, but for someone like me who is mainly infantry, these maps aren't for me. So if you're someone similar, you'll end up playing the same maps I play, where if you like a bit of everything, you'll probably most likely generally like a lot of the maps, though they aren't the best maps in the series and a lot of them aren't that good. It just depends on what mode you're playing. For example, Breakthrough Attack is generally good on most maps, but Breakthrough Defense isn't. So while there is a wide variety of maps, some are good, but most of them are generally bad, so that is something that you have to keep in mind when playing this game. Also, the game is 4 years old, so after a while the maps will get boring as it becomes more difficult to find servers that have a wide variety of maps in the rotation, because they tend to reset as people just don't play them, or they play the same maps over and over again. Now, servers is something else that I thought I would go over, as it is mainly how you do find a game. Now here we're on the server browser on the region Europe, which is what I play on, with the free slots none, 1 to 5 and 6 to 10, as that's, kind of the servers you want to join. And currently you have a choice of 81 servers, bearing in mind this is at 8:30 in the evening when I'm currently recording, so it is when it's at its most active, but you do have a wide variety of what server you'd like to join. So if that's something you're worrying about, at least for EU, it's not that much of an issue. For something like NA, for example, which be around midday-ish, you have about 39 servers to choose from. That's both East and West Coast, so like again, it's not too bad. It's not the greatest, but at least you still have a nice variety of servers to join. This is also on PlayStation, I must admit. Somewhere like Africa, you have 0. Asia, you have 1. And OCE, you have, 0. So you don't really have much choice when it comes to Asia and Oceania. You probably will struggle a little bit more. unless you have unless you know some people in the community. But at least on PlayStation, this is something that you will struggle to find servers on. Now, whether or not this is a game that you're interested in getting, or maybe it's just something that you enjoy watching, let me know whether or not you think it is worth it, even 4 years after, for the price, full price, or even if it is on sale. Now, hopefully this is a video that gives you an idea of what Battlefield 5 is like, and if you are thinking of getting it, or you are struggling, or you have got it, and you need some help, I do have some guides on the screen right now that may be able to help you. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.